Hello again, everyone. This is our regular segment, Answers to Your Questions. Today's topic is going to be about water flow. That is, water flow is one of the most important elements in a marine aquarium. And probably many of you have seen issues with your LPS, for example, or SPS corals that grow as encrusting colonies. And, for example, in Acropolis, you can also see dark spots where detritus accumulates. Then a kind of bare patch forms there, and from this spot, the coral starts to get more and more damaged. This black patch spreads, and most of the coral ends up dying. It's absolutely necessary to frag the coral to give it a chance to recover from all this. In other words, it can't heal over those spots on its own. Why does this happen? Why do these patches form? These patches form because of weak water flow, which causes detritus to accumulate in certain areas, basically burning through and blocking light from reaching those spots. So it just sits in those spots all the time, and gradually you start to see these bare patches areas where the coral tissue is damaged and exposed. This is specifically due to an insufficient wave or flow that would otherwise move water through the entire coral. For example, if you have a large Acropora colony, then in order for the flow to reach all the way through the Acropora, the wave in your aquarium should be at least 1 inch high on each side of your tank. There needs to be that kind of rocking motion, if you know what I mean. So, in order for the wave to travel back and forth through the coral, the wave height needs to be more than 1 inch. If it's less than that, then the movement inside a large Acropora colony is minimal. In other words, the water doesn't flow all the way through the colony back and forth. That's why detritus settles, gets stuck somewhere, and accumulates in these cup-shaped corals. That is, in large colonies of Acropora, your chalices, or elsewhere. This specifically means that your chaotic flow, like a powerful pump such as a vortex, still isn't able to blow the detritus off the coral. So, this swirling, turbulent flow actually collects detritus in certain spots, and that detritus stays in these cup-shaped colonies. So, in this case, only a wave will help. You need to reorganize the flow so that a wave sweeps through the coral, knocks everything off, and then sweeps from the other side and removes all the detritus. That way, you'll see awesome, beautiful colonies. So, if you've ever dived in the sea, you've seen that besides the constant current during the tides, there's always a wave. That is, a wave is always the sea. That's the wave. So you can't set up the flow in your aquarium without taking into account that there needs to be a wave. See you all later.